This is a 1953 Chevrolet 3100. I'm going to take it for a quick drive. One of the things I like about this truck is all of the gauges are working properly. All the factory gauges, every single one. Fuel gauge, battery gauge, oil pressure, temperature, and speedometer. Don't get them in very often where they're all working. And actually, even the old vacuum windshield wipers want to work. Probably need a new line. So you can hear them trying to pump up. I don't know if you can see them kind of moving there. The best thing to do really is to switch off the vacuums for the electric wiper. That's just really the most effective way to have reliable wipers these days in these old trucks. I guess back in the day they were more reliable, but these days it's pretty tough. Emergency brake does work. Sometimes it's a little fussy about engaging all the way. And I always thought these old inline sixes sound like diesel engines. It's kind of funny. But nice thing is, one hand to open it up. Beautiful engine detail. Not be embarrassed to pop the hood on this truck at a drive-in or swap meet or car show. You know, people like to show off what's under the hood. Primary and secondary latches do work there, and unfortunately this time of year I'm always dealing with a little bit of the shadows and stuff. Try to show as best I can though. This is another, what we've been calling lately, kind of a farm truck. I don't know what else to call it, and you know, whatever anybody wants to use it for. All original, matching numbers. 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column. Shifts through the gears good. Clutch feels good. The brakes have been all recently been rebuilt. It's got new tires and they all match, including the spare on the side. Really pretty truck. The paint is consistent from bumper to bumper, and it's got a few little flaws as we go around it. It's just an old, you know, older paint job, and like I said, to me I would call this like a driver quality or a farm, maybe a nice farm truck, but nice, you know, a driver quality. I wouldn't call this like a high-end driver quality. You know, you start getting into all these classifications, but it's just got a few little spots, a little nick, and you know, a couple of little nicks here on the bed. You know, the truck's been being driven. A couple of spots there on the bed. I mean, on the fender, little crack there in the paint, and there. You know, stuff that you got to get within 1 foot to see. In a lot of places, of course, the tailgate looks to be original. A little banged up, but not in awful condition. Still in good shape. Back here, and you can see my reflection, obviously, in the paint. I mean, it's a pretty and shiny paint job. Beauty rings and hubcaps are brand new. Going around, seeing a little bit of like checks and stuff here. Maybe a few bubbles in the paint. And like I said, I wouldn't even know when this was painted last. I would say this is a 15-year-old paint job or more. A few spots here where somebody touched it up. One right there. I will say this though, overall the lines on the truck are really straight, and this is a very minimal rust truck. There's a couple of little spots, but nothing major at all. Get into the fender wells, let the camera adjust. There's a spot right there, as you can see. That's kind of a typical rust spot. Step ups are original. They have surface rust, superficial surface rust, but they're in good shape, real strong and solid. A lot of times this piece right here, that C channel that runs down, that support channel, they rust out on a lot of these trucks. This one's nice and solid. Original floor pans, and there's your cab corner. Little spot of rust in it about the size of maybe a silver dollar. May not even be big enough to merit replacing the whole thing. This is your original floor pans, and they are in clean, rust-free condition. Nice, clean, you know, this is surface rust we're seeing. But other than that, no holes. All the frame rails are in good condition. Step ups on this side, same as the other, nice and clean. Now on the driver's side, I believe the emergency brake is engaging, but this looks like the other side of the emergency brake yep. And so that actually is something that you might want to fix. So I'm assuming it does. The emergency brake actually is holding, so I'm guessing that it's just holding on the driver's side and the back. Check out this battery box. I mean, that's the original battery box. It's still in great shape. There's no rust on it except for surface rust. So this is why I picked this truck up. You know, I'm picky about what I pick up. You know what? I see a rust spot there, and sometimes I find them. So there's one little. Oh no, wait, that's not a rust hole. That looks like some sort of a access hole or something like that. Okay. And I never know. I'm always trying to be honest when I do these videos. I try to be honest about what I see, and I guess that wasn't rust after all. But sometimes I do find rust I wasn't expecting. There's the only other major rust hole. This side and the other side similar. Very, very easy repair. And honestly, other than that, you could just about call this a rust-free truck. The interior is in awesome condition. It's got a new floor mat, beautiful rubber floor mat. Of course, the floor pans in here are the same. Looks like somebody's put a little piece of metal there to support metal all the way across. But like, as you can see from the underneath, the floor pans are solid. They look great. Dashboard's unmolested, and this is my favorite. I hate it when people cut the dashboard, so when I find one like this, it really makes me happy. The switch to the heater actually does work. It's a little older, and when I turned it, if you listen, could stand a little WD-40 maybe, but the old fan does work, and I love this thing. Isn't that awesome? And you could really take this truck up to the next level if you want to detail some things out. New headliner. Door panels look nice and new. They're older, but they've been stained and they look new. The seat cover is brand new. Vinyl. Factory original style. Door panels are in good shape. A little bit of rust here down at the very bottom where they've put some weather stripping on. I don't think anything that merits being replaced, cut out and replaced, but it just depends on what you want to do with the truck. Nice clean hinge pockets. And like I said, original gauge is working, uncut dash, and even the vacuums on the windshield wipers, they are they're struggling a little bit just because they got a leak, but probably be easy to fix that. I would switch it over to electric. It just makes it a lot easier. So there you have it. This is a great truck to buy and drive just as it is. I do have the replacement glass. That looks like a fresh crack. This is the only thing that's the only window that's cracked on the entire truck. Is this window right here, and that's really obvious. I've got the replacement window. It comes with the truck. Hire a glass guy to put it in. It was just the last thing on the list, and we just didn't have a chance to get the glass guy over here before we wanted to go ahead and get the truck up for sale. I've had a couple of guys calling and asking for this video and for these photographs, so I wanted to go ahead and get it up for sale, and you know, that also leaves something for the next guy to tinker with. So I think this is going to make somebody an awesome farm truck, or just something fun to drive the kids around in, grandkids. PeachtreeClassicCars.com.